Our vision for a 2035 to 2050 global economy led by the UK's actions is to have glass there as a material quite clearly and quite uniquely centred in that space. The way we intend to do that is the journey we're already on to decarbonise the furnaces that we currently melt glass in. That relies on moving away from conventional fossil fuel firing, which is our current mode of operation, to a future which is much more based on electricity. Once the network and the grid is completely decarbonised, glass manufacture can hang its hat on working with that to produce glass with basically no carbon footprint. So what are the barriers to achieving this vision? Short-term policy decisions that disadvantage glass. The manufacturing costs in the UK are much higher than they need to be, putting us at a disadvantage in terms of global markets. Cheap imports are really a difficulty within the UK market space. Since Brexit, there's been a divergence in regulations that has impacted on trade. Current trade remedies system is reactive and slow, and indeed needs to be changed to be more reflective of the needs. There are no policies to incentivise and support flat glass recycling. Current waste management policies are short-sighted, resulting in the incentive to export unprocessed glass that could be recycled and used in UK manufacture. What is the glass industry already doing to achieve the 2050 vision? Well, manufacturers are already researching and developing methods into drastically reducing carbon emissions in production and across the whole supply chain, including electric-powered furnaces, utilisation of hydrogen where it's available, and making glass containers lighter than ever before. We're using as much recycled glass as possible in manufacturing to reduce our reliance on raw materials. To achieve this, we need government to take even more proactive measures with industry, not just with the glass industry, but with general energy-intensive industries like steel, like ceramics, like paper. Everyone needs to play their part. Certainty is crucial for investors and long-term solution providers. We want to ensure interoperability, and we don't want trade barriers with the EU. And finally, greater incentives to drive energy efficiency, renovations, glass wool and high-efficiency glazing. For decarbonisation, we're asking for government to maintain and continually review exemptions and to ensure the sector is exempt from future levies on gas. Creation and implementation of strategy for upgrading the electricity grid. There's a higher cost to using electricity versus natural gas, and this shouldn't be the case. It's important to also look to the national infrastructure for supply of hydrogen and transport of CO2. For every tonne of glass that we can recover, that we place on the market, we save almost 2/3 of a tonne of CO2 being released from conventional manufacture using higher energy investment to melt glass from raw materials. We need to ban the export of unprocessed waste glass to create a true UK circular economy of glass, to collect all glass packaging separately at the curbside, to remove glass from the lower rate of landfill tax or ban it from landfill altogether. A big part of the guarantee of being able to deliver this into the future is the fact that over the past 2 decades or more, it's been very difficult to engineer the right workforce to be able to deliver the capability sets that industry needs. It's imperative that we're supporting the findings of the Manufacturing Commission, i.e. SMEs need to support to help upskill their workforce, including incentives to deliver T-levels and host skills boot camps. There should be greater flexibility in the use of apprenticeship levy funds, including using unused levy funding for investments in wider upskilling. We need a national campaign to increase the uptake of STEM subjects by women and people of minority ethnic backgrounds. We need to make careers in manufacturing much more attractive. There should be a government manufacturing champion to raise awareness of the manufacturing sector in schools and promote the role that manufacturing sector, including glass, is playing in combating the climate crisis. Decarbonisation is a great opportunity for the UK to demonstrate its credentials. There is a will within government to make our economy a green-led economy. But to do that is not simple. It needs a lot of rebalancing of what we're already doing. It needs a lot of investment in both education, in engineering, in manufacturing. In the longer term, I think we need to be able to think through the party politics, make sure that this is something embedded in the thought process, whatever flag is leading the UK. Put the fiscal instruments in place, put the environmental instruments in place, and then lead the UK economy to a manufacturing resurgence and to global leadership.